today we are going to take on part of the Panola Arabia Mountain hiking trails. So it's going to be a mix of concrete as well as some natural trails. So you can see right here, we can grab a map. They do have whole map packs available, so we can take a look and utilize that. I'm gonna save that because I'm gonna use my digital map for today. And then they walk you through a little bit of the legacy, the history of this particular area, and then they walk you through the path. And now the pathway. So this path is actually a paved path, runs 30 miles through this area. It's a great connector to all these parks. So if you see, we're right here, but this path comes all the way through and around and down, and all the way through the county. So if you ever want to get a full day's activity, that pathway is a great one. So today we are right here. So we're going to take this Vaughters Farm trail, loop it around, come back around the other way and bring it back in today. If we have some more time, we might try to venture down into some of the other areas. But again, I'm focused on more of the natural trails. So I'm looking for all these brown areas that I can hit in terms of the trails in this area. So, and this goes through the dairy landscape, which I guess was a part of this particular park. So let's go ahead and hit it and see what we can experience. So there's great parking over here. There's plenty of space for parking. There's a center office that appears just a few hundred feet away. But in order to start this trail, we do have to cross the road. And then you can see it's a Vaughters Farm trailhead. And they give you all kind of warnings. Just make sure you check and everything's locked up. And then if you got your bike, you can lock it up here. Water fountains. So a little bit of everything for everyone. And we got a sign. Push so we can cross. I think we're going to start over to the right. Right here, we're now on the path. So again, you can see from this map, we're here. This path would take us all the way around and out. But we're gonna get on the nature trail. Oh, appreciate you. Okay. So you can see here on the map, got almost 2 miles to Stonecrest Mall, 2.4 miles to downtown Lithonia, and then the Arabia Mountain Trail is about 1.91 miles. So great signage, great markings, all the makings of a great trail. So today is a great warm day in February, which makes this a great day to go take on this trail and see where it takes us. Correction, that may not be yeah, that is a part of the Arabia Mountain. So take a look over there. Okay, looks like I'm turning. So right here at the gate, it's one way to enter, and right at this book shed, we can make this turn. Right maybe a mountain. How y'all doing? All right, so apparently here at the barn, which was a part of the farm, probably where they kept the cows, we've got two pathways, one over to the right, one over to the left that we can take. We're going to take the outer one first, and we're going to come back in across the open field. We can see it. So right there is a trail marker. Let's double check this. Looks like the trail goes right through those trees. So all of this at one point was all farm or dairy cow land. And we're going to take this road. That's the Meadow Loop Trail. This is the opposite trail. This is where we're going to come back today. And this is an all natural grass trail. So it's great to get off the pavement and jump right onto some grass and dirt. And today is super warm. Well, warm relative to how it was over the last few days when it was below freezing with the wind chill even lower. Definitely well maintained. You can see the difference from the trail and the field area where it's uncut, but this is relatively cut. See like a lot of horseshoe prints. So must also be equestrian trail as well. Just in this part of Georgia, you see a lot of these natural rock granite formations all throughout. There's a little bit of incline, which is good. Get the blood pumping. I forgot my poles today, so I'm leaning more. Oh, natural rock formation. Get a sense of what you see. Nice and solid formation. Areas to hang out. We'll keep it going. And there are some houses around the other side of the woods. So venturing off trail can be a little tricky because you could end up in someone's backyard quickly. But look at the views. There's a lot of land. And a lot more hills than I anticipated. And that was a shortcut. Come over the top, reconnect. Again, these views are incredible. Looks like they turn parts of the soil in select areas. We got another hill. Definitely glad I brought my water with me. Oh wow, it's a rather large tree. So this mile marker. We're about 0.7 miles in. And this one Don't know how recent it is, but I do see pathways over here to go around. So generally, safest approach, many people say, oh, it's already down, I can just cut underneath. If any of those supporting branches give way, you can have the body and weight of that tree coming down on you. So we'll take a alternative path around, come out on the other side of the tree. You definitely see deer are out here. And there's a burning, not too far from where the trail's heading. We'll just mark this on our map. I'm pausing. And we'll resume. So, see the loop on my trail where it went off, just to avoid that tree. And out here, you see a bench. You can definitely see the plains going into Hurtsville. Meadow, Jackson, Atlanta, Hurtsville. Not sure about this smoke, but there's definitely something burning right off the trail. Looks like a lot is burned. See all the black areas over there? Definitely indications of burning vegetation down. Here's a bench. You need a break. Probably is a great view. And here's a trail marker. Looks like it's got another loop. Let's take a look. Ah, there is one. There was another loop, another path here. House ruins in 0.4 miles. Which looks like it will leads off to an extension of the trail, which goes out this way. Let's go check it out. We'll go check this burn out. Looks like we can come on the way back and check that out. So the pathway is partially marked. You can see the blazes, the white marks on the tree, telling you where we're going. And then the path straight through the tree. And then there's another connecting trail. Yeah, right over this way. Some kind of storage bin here, so maybe they're doing work out here in this area. The leaves down makes it hard to see the trail. So we got to keep looking for those trail blazes, or the white marks on the tree, as we head what appears to be through or in the center of a neighborhood. You can see some barbed wire off to the side, and that yellow marker is probably a warning, indicating that you're heading into someone's, or maybe that's a trail marker. There's one there, there's one there, and there's remnants of a barbed wire fence, which was connecting all the way around. We're just gonna take this. My app has indicated I'm on a wrong turn. That's because first time out on the trail, I like to explore. So today is exploration. Ah, that is what the yellow sign is. So right now, I'm on the opposite side of the boundaries of the state park. So it appears what I'm on could be considered private land, and it continues down. So it is a marked trail with the loop, which looks like it takes us kind of around and downhill. just out of respect for the fact that I can clearly see all the boundaries, that everything on that side is a state park, everything on this side, I'm not really sure what it is. It could be county-owned land. So we'll proceed with caution. If we see any signs about no trespassing or any kind of guard animals, we'll quickly make our way back. This little jaunt off trail is taking us downhill, which means I'll get another uphill climb as a part of today's hike. The blazes are clearly marked. You can see the boundaries, see a series of different trails. This is very interesting. This is supposed to lead to old house ruins. Still see more blazes. Keeping an eye on, looks like some termites. New trail. Oh wow. Seems like what probably was at one point in time a fence made out of downed trees. Now finding the marker is the key. And there's a marker down there. There's an upper and a lower portion of this trail. Let's recenter. Okay, we're still on the upper portion. So just be careful going through leaves. You can't really tell what's underneath, so you got to take those steps carefully. Having my poles with me. And these are deep. I believe you can see. I mean, I can't even see my shoes in these. But interesting formation of these down trees, almost like a fence area. I can see a pathway there. I see a marker there. That looks like the edge of someone's property. I think I'm going to take it down and back around. Yep, looks like that's what we should be doing. Take your steps cautiously because you got rocks. You can easily turn an ankle. Now we're back on. So maybe the house was in this area, but I don't see any foundational elements for a house. This path's a little more easy to follow. And we're definitely at a low point in this kind of ravine-like area in between several different houses. Don't see any more markers. And I'm off trail right now, so I missed a turn. This seems like a clear path, but that's probably like a neighborhood type of pathway. I see some rocks that look like they could be a part of a trail heading up. And there was the blaze right there. White marker on the tree. We'll look at another up this way. Definitely not moving in a hurry through this area. All right. Keep looking for a blaze, but I know I came in this way, so I'll head back up similar way. And this looks like a clear path. Let's take it. Yeah, there's my blaze. Love the colors. You see that? Really lush green mixed with the browns from the leaf. And I'm back on path. You can see two blazes up ahead. And I do see the trailer where I came in. Nice little detour. Something to get your blood flowing as you go down and have to climb back out. But clearly it is not a part of the state park access that we started on. So you just need to be aware of that. And the other part is just finding your way back onto the state park trails. And the key for us to remember is that this region with all of these rock formations are called mountains for a reason. So we're climbing up and down these hills. Which helps to add a little challenge to what appeared to be a pretty straightforward hike. So back at the blaze, you see the smoke still coming up. We're gonna investigate that, but it looks like it is very much a controlled burn. As you don't see flames, you see more smoke than anything else. But you can see whole areas that have been cleared. Definitely see some activities take place out here. Oh wow, wish you could smell it. It's incredible. Whatever woods. See the barbed wire fence. So they closed this off at one point. All this has been burned out and cleared out. And this soil is rich for rebirth in the spring. No signs indicating that this is not state property, so we're good. Downhill from the smoke. Let's go take a look. Oh yeah, it's almost like charcoal. And see that mud form? Like it's burning all the way through. And instead of having to chop up the trees and clear them out, just letting everything kind of burn out naturally and on its own. It almost looks like an oven. You can see the flames consume so much out here. Brought you up for the vines. Be interesting to see this in the springtime when everything's growing back up. But for now, we're going back to our marker and continue on the trail. And let's double check where we are. All right, our trail is down this way. So we'll make our way down the best way we can. Slow, measured steps. It's another reason why I take my hikes or go on my hikes using longer paths. I never know when I'm going to want to venture off and explore something. So you can see Meadow Loop Trail. It's back that way. That's oh wow, we're at another turning point. So if I go to the left, that'll take me back to where I started. I want to continue on because I want to get around to the other portions of this trail, which are downhill by the lake. So we're going to take this up to the right. Great detour. So that's kind of interesting. That along with this fire kind of lets you think that this was definitely intentional. As you can see, this fuel oil can that's left over. We'll just take a record of it. Right now we're mile 31 in. We added some distance with the detour off. And we're following the orange blazes now. I didn't realize the full scale of that burn. And it's all the way through here. So you can see it's very much controlled, as it's only on the right side and not onto the left. And this trail that I'm on currently, this pathway leads me down. Here's a loop. So we get around a small body of water out there. And then I'll have to hike this trail all the way back. But this is here in Lithonia, Cobb County, Georgia area. This trail's right in your backyard. Interesting pathway. I have for a while. This is a pretty good straight trail. Looks like we're going right along the top of one of these hills before before we venture down to the lowest levels to get to the water level. As you look through these trees, we'll pause for a second, you can see just hilltops all throughout, kind of cascading across. In the distance. It's one of the great things of being up here in North Georgia. You get these kinds of views, and in these areas, you get to see all these rock formations. It's incredible. Continue on with the orange blazes. They are well marked. And you can definitely see them at a distance. I'm out today. Brought my sunglasses because it's just that bright. It's fantastic. All right, we are 1.57 miles in, about 34 minutes into the hike. We had to do a battery swap based on how rapidly my battery drained. Normally that, about 30, 40 minutes is a good one if I'm fully at 100%. But we're continuing on now. Following the orange blazes across the top of this hill. We make our way to another section of this park out in the Lithonia area of Georgia in DeKalb County. It's a well-maintained park too. Trails in great condition. Few down trees. An area that you do need to pay attention to, as there's an abundance of rocks from the natural rock formations that are out here. Certain sections, some tree roots. And definitely due to all of our rapidly changing weather over the last several weeks, down trees like the one we're about to cross right now. Yeah, down trees like that, great landmarks. Like this tree with no bark, another great one. So remember where you are and roughly how much time you spent out on the trail. Clearly see a lot of planes heading into Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. And now we start our decline. Yeah, thought I heard music. Coming right over to the right. We are heading down. A lot more trees, and I'm starting to see birds in this area. And I see a warning sign out in the distance. Looks like two large rock formations. Okay. That's an orange marker. And that sign is just another warning. That's a boundary to the state park. So don't know if up there is county land or private land. There's no private, no trespassing signs, but this part of the trail is currently on Georgia Park land. Then it comes off Georgia Park land. You can see like the marker here. You see another sign. So clear marker that this is the property line, which is why that sign says we're at the boundary, because actually on this side, we're across the boundary to the state parks. One of the first ones I've seen. Outside of being on the approach to the Appalachian Trail and the trailhead for it, where you can clearly see the markers. So just keep an eye out for the signs, especially if you see any signs that say private property, because you don't want to cross in someone's property. This tree's been down, can't tell how long, but it looks like long enough for people to create an alternative pathway around. And now we get to the low-lying branches as we descend. Now we cross the rock formation. So you can see we walk across these formations. So now we look for the blazes on the ground to lead us to where we want to go. There's my blaze over here. Looking for easy ways to cross. And the blazes continue over to the right. And then they're cutting across. Definitely a trail you want to tackle in the day when you got good light. You can see to the left, there's a marker right there. That's heading over towards private property. Looking for the next marker. I don't know if it's coming across the top. Ah, there it is. Turned. right within it. That's the trail opening, I believe. So I wonder what that is. That's got a marker. This indicates to me to continue straight. And then there's another opening down there, but there's clearly a marker here and a clear trail blaze. So I can see the blazes. They continue down this way. I see another one there, but that's a marker for someone's property. So they must have opened this one as another way to get in and still be on the state park land. So we'll go check it out. Yeah, it's got me going parallel to it. Yeah, see the marker? We're gonna pause for a second. So I gotta get my I already see we've got some insects that are already back. Yeah, looks like this one's I'm back on track. So it's interesting. It's like they were having us come through here because at one point in time probably was there's two pathways. So I'm looping around across the top and we'll work my way back up. Back to the other trailhead. That should be somewhere just down here. This is interesting. Over to the right and down, it's a little water area that we'll experience. See parts of the water right down below, and it's flowing all back towards the larger pool. And we got a crossing, but great view, a lot of water. I don't know where the source of this, where it starts. But you can see it's been carving its way down here for a long time. And we just need to make it across. Catch back up with our blazes. It's like another small feeder into it. And we're on part of the rock on this side. This must be incredible in the spring and summer. Good thing that water's moving. So as it flows, shouldn't have an abundance of mosquitoes. See the water? Small pond that's out here. Our trail entrance started us on the opposite side in that back corner over there to the right. Now we're on the opposite side. It's green in color, but you can see through it in certain areas. Got to keep an eye out for the blazes. Very interesting. So this is the green that you see are a natural growth that occurs that they tell you do your best to stay away from. And it looks like an old farmhouse. Makes sense, it's closest to the water. Where the livestock could go down to and get hydrated. Clearly see a property over here to the left, and a lot of water to flow through, but it looks like it's not moving right there. Oh, the flow that flows in flows down, and we've made it to the outer edge of the pond. Let's take a look. And you see where you can clearly see right on the edges through, and then it gets green all the way across. And a makeshift dam that's made way. The house across the pond. Continue to follow this trail, see where it leads. Oh, there's our crossing. Right at the flow off from, so it looks like at one point there was something that would allow the water to flow through naturally. That apparently must be blocked. So the water's coming over the top now and just flowing down. I wonder if, from a county standpoint, are they even aware? We'll take a record and share it and continue on our hike. So, it's a blaze here. Trail breaks off to the left, and you can see some walking up to the right. So we'll see which is the best way for us to proceed. Looks like going around this way is the trailway. So we followed the stream off. Since we're at the low point where the stream comes off of the water, we're actually below the dammed water. So that other pathway would have taken us right over the top. Now we just hike it on in. So at this point, we're 2 miles in. Originally this was scheduled to be a 3.7 mile hike. We added that venture off to the old house ruin. So we'll see where we net out at the end of this hike. Nice uphill climb. And we're back to what you see on a lot of North Georgia mountain trails, a lot of pine needles. A lot of termite damage. All right. So here we go. Gated entrance to the main road. A lot of clear trees this way, so we've got to find our way. Looks like we head down. So this appears to be a home, but apparently this is now a part of park property. So cutting through here is not trespassing. It's actually part of the trailway. As you can see, a blaze right here. Some warning signs. No trespassing on the physical property. So if you take a look up, but nothing to stop us from continuing our hike. Let's see where this probably was fenced off before for this personal property. Is now open for us to hike across. Oh, bird has something in this? Oh. So you can see to the right, the water. We're on the opposite side now, heading back in. Looks like some more trees will come down. So we got to kind of go through the loop this time. Coming out on the other side. All right, so the property and the line out, this is the marker. Because our first pathway was right here to the right, just came up from the other one to the right. Now we'll hike our way back across. Those sounds are trees moving in the wind. Hiking across the rocks. Looking for the next marker. There it is to the left. The water break. We're back in. Now we gotta get back up to their ridge line. Head back around. where having my poles would come in handy. But today, we're gonna make it work. Probably leverage a couple of brakes to reset. Take a break here. Slide your breath. Thanks to Brother Lou for the breath work. So we can steady our heart rate. We're not in a rush. We can take our time. All right, let's keep it going. We're using the markers as break points to reset. Allowing us to break the hill up into segments. Next one's a good little distance away. For me, I haven't been out in several weeks, so reacclimating to the trails and inclines takes some time. Won't get it there 100% all in one hike. Generally, you want to take a not so strenuous hike, which this one is, and pace yourself. Downhills feel good. They can push you to go longer distances. I refer to it as hiking euphoria or trail euphoria. Gets you to feel really, really good about the trail. Start thinking about how much more I could do. You just have to remember the pace. And the trails aren't going anywhere. So they'll be here. So if you only handle a portion of it, that's cool. You can save some for the next time. Grab a little water and we'll take it on up. Looks like I made it. slight incline. There's our tree. For the low point, you want to get areas where you won't hook yourself up on anything on the trail or on the tree you're crossing. Take it slow and push on through. All right, now we can start to see the markers more on an aligned pathway, which is great. Tells me I'm back at a level point. We'll take another break here before we take it in. Woo. Come a good distance, and we're back on this ridge line again. Didn't realize how much of it was a gentle decline until you're coming the opposite way and you're climbing up. Back at the fence line. Great. Great. Looks great. And we're to the burn zone now. So we're almost to the split to take us back in. And that was a majority of that hilly section. See, the smoke's gone. Oh, that's all the chemical can. You can smell a chemicalness to it, to the burn, not just a wood or charcoal smell. Whatever accelerant they poured on it to burn it, burn that whole area. Alright, we're back to the marker for the loop, Meadow Loop Trail. Nice little horseshoe. Down and then back up. I didn't want to do that. You could just cut across the top. You can see the barn where we started off in the front. Really interesting to see what's going to happen with this plowed land. Turn soil. This part of the trail is very easy to follow. It's all cut down lower than the center field. It goes along the edge of the forest areas. Some large trees out here. There's probably some pathways to cut through. We'll come out and explore it another time. Look at these massive trees. I mean, look at that. And there's a marker. There's probably a pathway through. When I saw the marker in the woods that would cut us through. But great trees out here. Glad to see they're still alive, standing. Definitely getting the last bit of workout as you finish this trail on the lower end, because it's got you rolling up and down till we can get to the level of the roadway up ahead. Definitely well marked. So it'd be interesting if they made a trail cut straight through the middle. Definitely later in the afternoon. I feel temperature going down as the sun is over to my right, which is to the west. So whereas it felt very warm earlier, even while I'm hiking, feeling the coolness start to set in. But overall, a fantastic day to hike. This appears to be the final set of hills before me. And you can see, covered a great deal of land. We took the upper trail, coming back on the lower. You can definitely see paths through the trees. We're almost closed out for a great return to hiking after snow warnings and ice warnings here in the greater metropolitan Atlanta area. To be back out in February on a day that looks like this. It feels great. To the trail, opposite side of the highway. Take one last look. Fantastic trail. Whew. Got to get back out. Get back in shape. A little bit of it got my eyes watering, but I'm feeling great. Good, how are you doing? Is that okay? Is that okay? What's going on, buddy? What's going on? What's going on? All right.
You got two of them.
All right, good to meet you. Yeah, you're gonna approach someone's pet, always ask them first. A great energy at the end of my hike. If you don't want to walk on the concrete, got a nice little grass shoulder to walk on. And we are back to the first marker, beginning of the trail for us as we cross the street. And we've been out for an hour 36, 4.4 miles. So you can clearly see that trailway off to the old house ruin that we never found, added 0.7 miles. So for today, we have completed here this portion of the trail. So you can see there's many more for us to tackle. Let's get across the street while we can. And there we are. Close out to the day. Barter's Farm Trailhead. It's part of the Arabia Mountain Trail System. Well worth the adventure. And thanks to Georgia Department of Natural Resources for this and many other parks. Just remember, trails are everywhere. Some of them closer than you think. Just take a few moments. Just get outside. Hit a trail. TEMOJA.